When the past refuses to stay buried, Po must confront a ghostly threat. Kung Fu Panda 4 unravels a tale of mystery and action, where every choice can change the future of the Valley of Peace. Join Po in a race against time to defeat an ancient evil and discover the true meaning of being a dragon warrior. The movie kicks off with laborers toiling in a stone pit as per usual, until one stumbles upon Tai Lung himself, resurrected to claim dominion over his surroundings, and he's determined to let no one, not even the dragon warrior, obstruct him.
Will stand in his way, not even the great dragon warrior.
Following Tai Lung's intimidation, we witness Mr. Ping fraught with concern because Po has yet to show up for the eatery's inaugural festivity. However, Li Shan reassures him, suggesting Po is likely nearby, engaging in pranks like riding atop a sea flap, which indeed he was. Po was actually out there fending off a stingray that had gobbled up a few little pigs. En route to the grand opening, a throng of admirers requests signatures, and Po inadvertently scribbles on Master Shifu's brow. Master Shifu informs him of a crucial matter they need to discuss, but Po prioritizes the restaurant's launch, snapping pictures with the Furious Five's banners, absent from this film due to a separate quest. Yet, Master Shifu persists in conversing with him, declaring it's time for Po to appoint a new dragon warrior. As he's destined to ascend as the spiritual guardian of the Valley of Peace, Po appreciates the elevation but expresses his desire to remain the dragon warrior. Regrettably, Shifu informs him that it's his fate to select one among the 5 contenders vying to succeed him. The following day, the selection event takes place. While Po admires the skilled aspirants, he still picks himself as the dragon warrior. Master Shifu emphasizes that, regardless of his wishes, he must nominate a successor. Thus, he guides him to seek tranquility through meditation. Yet, Po's mind wanders to thoughts of sustenance, tranquility, loaves and legumes. Observing from afar, the panda spots a burglar sneaking into the palace and pursues her. This burglar, a vixen named Zhen, taunts Po, claiming he lacks the visage of both a warrior and a dragon. In truth, Zhen's aim is to snatch Uguay's scepter, yet the panda succeeds in apprehending her and reclaiming the scepter. Simultaneously, the stone pit laborers rush in, alerting everyone that Tai Lung has resurfaced, seized control of the metal, and wrecked the stone pit. Amidst the debris, Po spots Tai Lung's tracks. However, they morph into tinier prints, leaving him perplexed. At that juncture, he recalls a remark from Zhen. It appears I'm not alone in unraveling enigmas. As the saying goes, every stride leaves a mark, no matter its size. Deciding to accompany her, he asks her to divulge all she truly knows. Zhen reveals it wasn't Tai Lung. She's acquainted with a sorceress known as the Chameleon. The shapeshifter, possibly masquerading as Tai Lung, is a mystery. Zhen proposes aiding in the search for the enchantress in return for her liberty. However, as anticipated, Shifu disapproves, given Zhen's history as a burglar. Disregarding Shifu's cautions, Po embarks with Zhen to Junipero, dubbing it the Dragon Warrior's final quest. Yet, throughout their journey, Zhen persistently attempts to pilfer Po's scepter. In Junipero, the Chameleon's reign is met with discontent. A cadre of rebels conspires to overthrow her, unaware that the Chameleon, disguised as an ally, is among them, ready to mete out punishment. In the meantime, Zhen and Po make their way to the Happy Rabbit Tavern, where Zhen gambles and secures a hefty sum through games of luck. She spends the winnings on a lavish meal, but when it's revealed she was concealing chips, they face grave danger. Po is compelled to wield the staff's might to escape unscathed. Concurrently, Po's parents, troubled by whispers of Po's quest against the enchantress, set off for Junipero at dawn. Ultimately, Po secures a pelican, fish and beak, to ferry them by water to the city. Mid-voyage, the panda is beset by a premonition of the sorceress conquering and subjugating townships. Upon their arrival in Junipero, Po is captivated by the tantalizing aroma of cuisine and learns that his companion, Zhen, is a notorious outlaw. They're quickly spotted by the city guards, and although Zhen is nabbed, her slick maneuvers allow for a swift getaway. Still, with the guards on their heels, they're compelled to hide in a subterranean enclave inhabited by the city's most infamous felons. Zhen once called this place home, but her return is met with hostility from old adversaries eager to exact vengeance. Nevertheless, Po manages to calm the hostile crowd momentarily. Meanwhile, Ping and Li Shan reach the Happy Rabbit Tavern, and upon revealing their relation to Po, Ping is taken hostage. Li Shan dons warrior garb to strike fear, but it barely works. Despite this, they learn of Po's whereabouts. And in a dramatic turn, the tavern plummets into a ravine. Meanwhile, Zhen honors her promise and guides Po to the Chameleon's hideout, coinciding with the guard's slumber. It seems like a straightforward mission with the sentinels dozing. Yet, an accidental slip by the panda triggers an uproar, and they're pursued by a legion. Navigating a maze riddled with snares, Po finds himself ensnared. In a frantic effort to escape, he entrusts Zhen with his scepter to pry open the cage. Alas, it's a ruse by Zhen, who is revealed as the sorceress's confederate. The chameleon then unveils her tale. She, too, harbored aspirations of kung fu greatness, but faced rejection due to her diminutive stature. Spurned, her ambition shifts to mastering sorcery, and she covets the scepter to resurrect Tai Lung and other nefarious kung fu masters from the netherworld to pilfer their prowess. The cage's bars are bewitched, yet the base is not, prompting Po to shatter it, plummeting into an abyss to engage in a fierce skirmish with the chameleon's legion. Po extricates himself and encounters Zhen, seemingly ready to assist, but it's a facade. The chameleon seizes the moment to thrust Po into the abyss. Clinging to a limb, Po dangles precariously as a reptile endeavors to dislodge him, but Ping and Li swoop in for the save. Meanwhile, the chameleon initiates her crimson lunar ceremony. Wielding the scepter, she cracks open the gateway to the spirit world. And Tai Lung is the inaugural spirit to emerge. He's coerced into combat with her forces, a ploy to siphon his supreme kung fu techniques and harness his essence. Once empowered, she imprisons him and beckons forth the antagonist Po has previously vanquished. Zhen extends an olive branch to Po, whose skepticism shadows her remorse. Nevertheless, Zhen rallies the city's outlaws to unite against the chameleon. Po confronts the shapeshifter, who morphs into each adversary he's ever countered, amalgamating into a grotesque behemoth, and ultimately, an ominous doppelganger of Po. The protracted duel culminates with Po once again confined. Trapped in the enclosure, Po entrusts the scepter to Zhen, proclaiming her the sole beacon of hope against the chameleon. Yet, this was merely a ruse to coax Zhen into acting honorably, as Po liberates himself with ease and lands the decisive blow on the chameleon. The powers are restored to the spirits conjured by the sorceress, who ultimately concede that Oogway's choice of Po as the dragon warrior was judicious. In a gesture of reverence, the spirits bow to Po, who then employs the scepter to guide them back to their realm, sorceress in tow. In the end, Po resolves to select his dragon warrior successor, and to everyone's surprise, he appoints Zhen, inciting Master Shifu's ire. Opting for contemplation, Shifu departs to meditate, and the film culminates with a signature quip from Po. If life gives you lemons, make pear juice and confuse them all.
This is it for today. I will reconnect with you with another story like this. Until then, this is your host for Movie, Recap Vision, signing off. Don't forget to subscribe and enable notifications to catch more videos like this. Thank you for watching.